Stop ejaculating frequently. Learn to have sex without ejaculating. You can even masturbate without ejaculating if you want. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so that you can magnetize your ideal life. Make sure you grab my free ejaculation control guide. There's a link in the video description below. So, how to overcome the flatline. This is something that a lot of guys reach out to me about, is this flatline that occurs when you're practicing semen retention or you're practicing NoFap. Now, the flatline is basically a period of time in which you feel very empty, you feel very unmotivated. You're really not getting any enjoyment in life. And now, me personally, this is not something that really happened to me on my semen retention journey. I mean, I've been through periods of time where I felt these sorts of things, but I'm going to share with you guys the top 7 ways to avoid this and overcome it if you are going through it. As you're practicing semen retention, you're doing NoFap, you're really rewiring your brain, your sexual response and your response to the stimulation, in your life. When you've been masturbating to porn every day, your brain is overstimulated from all the dopamine that's getting released, social media, all these things that are very short-term gratification, right? You get that short-term dopamine release, but the long-term lack of focus, lack of clarity, lack of energy, because you're just overstimulated. So it takes a bit of time to rewire your brain, but if you do these things I'm about to share with you, it's going to really speed up the process, make it much more smooth for you. So number 1 is doing a dopamine detox. This is very, very important. How long you spend doing this depends. I've recently started spending 1 day per week on a dopamine detox. So for me, it's no social media, no screens, no television, no music, none of these stimulating things. Just do a YouTube or a Google search on dopamine detox. And what I find is the next day, my productivity goes through the roof. My focus goes through the roof. I have no desire to pick up my phone, just scroll through social media. I want to only do productive things. And I'm so much more and I just enjoy life more. I have more creativity, more clarity in what's happening in the present moment, instead of, trying to go out to the virtual world and just absorb information like people do, scrolling through social media endlessly. So this is very, very important. And then you'll be able to implement the other things on this day so that you're not, super bored and losing your mind. Number 2 is diet. Diet is very, very important. There's much more factors to your mood, how you feel, your energy levels, than just, whether or not you're ejaculating. There's many other factors. Diet is a major factor. Your body creates itself out of what you put into it. So if you're eating garbage, you're going to feel like garbage. Now, diet tends to be a bit of a religion amongst people, so I'm not going to, get too specific, but there are some things that, I think most people can agree on. Sugar and refined carbs are not good for you. Sugar can be more addicting than cocaine. And so you want to really remove this from your life as much as possible. At least minimize your sugar intake. Same with refined carbs. They turn to sugar in the body. As the body's digesting them, it turns to sugar. Eating more healthy fats, things like avocado. If you do animal products, then like grass-fed butter, coconut oil. These are great healthy fats, nuts, things like that. This is good for your brain, enhances the function of the brain, enhances your mood. It's more sustainable energy other than this up-down energy of sugar and carbs. And I'm not saying that you should go full on keto, don't misinterpret this, but it's a good idea to reduce the amount of refined carbs that you're taking. Refined carbs being things like bread, cereals, just these really simple carbs that burn up really quickly. You can do a bit of research on this. Eat organic, avoid pesticides, avoid GMOs. Basically, the closer the food you eat is to nature, the more life force it has in it. The more life force it has, the more energy it's going to give you. So many people in this world are deficient. So, you can do a little research on supplements, things like that. Most people are B12 deficient, whether or not you're a vegan. So just do a bit of research on the essential minerals and things like that. If you've been masturbating a lot, you'll want to recover your zinc levels, copper, things like that. So just do a little research on supplements and see what you can do to improve your diet. And this will really, really stabilize your energy levels and your mood. Physical exercise, very important. Your body was designed to move, right? So if you sit on the couch watching Netflix all day, you're gonna feel like shit. So exercise, move your body. Working out gives you that natural, more balanced release of dopamine in the body. So you actually had to work for that, versus looking at porn, you get major dopamine release you didn't work for. So short-term gratification versus actually working for this more natural release of dopamine and feel-good chemicals. So physical exercise, again, balances out your hormonal system, balances your energy levels, helps you sleep better. It helps to regulate your circadian rhythm. So physical exercise is very important. Get to the gym, get out in the hills, hike, run, bike, lift weights, whatever, just move your body, but also give yourself time to rest as well. Sun and nature, number 4. This is very important. Most people, we're talking about deficiencies in diet. Most people, especially people in cities, are deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important for hormonal balance, for your overall mood. A lot of people get depression in the winter because they're not getting any sunlight. They're not getting that vitamin D. The body produces vitamin D when you get sunlight. So getting out in the sun as much as possible is very, very important. Again, the sun charges you up. You get that vitamin D. Also, there's been studies that show that exposing your genitals to the sun increases your testosterone levels up to 200%. So again, it just maximizes your hormonal production, helps you really, really feel good. I feel great when I get full body sun. I get sun as much as I can. And nature time. Our bodies were created to be in nature. So when you're stuck in a room, stuck in a house all day, you're disconnected from nature. You're not getting this connection to the life force, which we all need. And that's another reason that drives people to look at porn or to take drugs and things like that, is they lack this connection to the life force, and they feel that. They're not sure why, just this feeling of emptiness. So getting out in nature and connecting helps you to refill yourself. Very, very important. There's chemicals that are released when you go walk through a forest. Your body absorbs all these natural chemicals and things that help you to feel good and feel balanced. If you can't get sun, then take a vitamin D3 supplement. Number 5, energetic exercise. What do I mean by energetic exercise? So physical exercise is great, but internal energy exercise is important as well. So things like meditation, Qigong specifically, which is one of my favorite practices. These are exercises which get you in touch with the life force, the current of life force, the Qi, the prana. Get in touch with that, start to cultivate that. Again, talking about this disconnection from the earth, disconnection from nature. When you have an internal practice, you're able to create these connections within yourself. You're able to tap into that universal energy field, which is all around us. And when you develop an internal exercise such as Qigong or meditation, you start to tap into that. It balances you out. In Qigong practice, you're working with all these energy meridians of the body. When these meridians get blocked, when the life force stops flowing through them, we get disease. We feel off. We feel out of balance. So often when you're feeling off, you're feeling empty inside, it's a sign of an imbalance. So doing Qigong, doing meditation is a way to help correct this imbalance, get back in the flow, get back in harmony. It's a self-healing practice. This is very, very important if you're practicing semen retention, in my opinion, because it keeps things flowing. Number 6 is meditation. So again, this kind of ties into energetic exercise, but meditation specifically because it helps you to calm your mind, to get into this state of stillness. This is a very important skill, especially in our overstimulated, overworking modern world. When you're on social media, watching TV, it's just all this information just bombarding you, stimulating you like crazy. It's just too much for you to process. And so when you never have this stillness time to just let things settle, you often feel just out of balance. You just feel overstimulated, you feel exhausted, you feel fatigued. So you're like reaching out to things to try to recharge, right? We always reach out to like drugs, porn, things like that, because again, we feel empty inside because we're depleted. So meditating helps you to still your energy, clear your mind, get back into balance and harmony. It can help really regulate your mood, smooth out your emotions, and give you more energy. So highly, highly recommend a meditation practice. And then that brings us to number 7, which is sexual cultivation. So this is kind of a broad term, right? What does it mean to cultivate your sexual energy? I mean, it could be as simple as, you could say that semen retention in a way is cultivating sexual energy because we're allowing the sexual energy to build up within our bodies. But just building up the energy is not enough. You need to refine, you need to circulate that energy. Now, I don't believe that the sex drive should be suppressed. I don't have this approach of, nope, no thinking about sex, no engaging in sex, no masturbating. That's not really my approach. My approach is stop ejaculating frequently. Learn to have sex without ejaculating. You can even masturbate without ejaculating if you want. Of course, people will ask, well, doesn't this have the same effect on your dopamine levels? There is different ways of experiencing sexual activity that's not the porn condition, just overstimulating, thrusting away, or just, masturbating away like crazy to a 5-second orgasm. Sexual kung fu is about connecting your sexuality and your sex drive to all aspects of your life. So when you open up the energy channels of the body through energetic exercise and meditation, you have a new pathway for this sexual energy to be expressed. Because for most men, they spent their entire life with only one outlet of expression for the sexual energy. Out the penis, it's gone, it's depletion. But with sexual kung fu, with these energy exercises, you open up these energy channels of the body and start to create this upward path of energy flow, this upward path for the sexual energy to flow in. Now you can change your dynamic of experiencing sex, of experiencing sexual pleasure. Instead of overstimulating yourself to this 5-second ejaculatory orgasm, getting a flood of dopamine and then that release of prolactin, which causes apathy for a day or several days, you get a much smoother sexual response. So the energy slowly builds up, it starts to move throughout your body. So you cultivate that sexual energy and activate it because it's very nourishing. It's nourishing for us to have orgasms. But if you're having, you can separate ejaculation from orgasms. So you don't get that unbalanced chemistry, from the peak orgasm. It's more of a slow, gentle, balancing effect of cultivating the sexual energy. And let's face it, we all crave sex. We all crave that sexual connection. And sex and sexual experience can either be very, very nourishing and healing, or it can be very, very destructive. And it doesn't matter whether it's by yourself or with a partner. It's about how you approach it. If you approach it with self-love, with balance, instead of looking at porn, disconnected from your body, overstimulated, just fapping like crazy. Instead of that, if you're tuning into your body, breathing deeply, and then bringing this sexual energy into other areas of the body to be nourished. You bring it into the organs to enhance their function, bring it into the brain to enhance its creativity, and then you bring it into this energetic center in the belly. It's called the lower dantian, which is like a storage unit for your energy. It can be stored and digested here, right? When you're doing this with your sexual energy, first of all, you won't have any desire to go back to watching porn. And second of all, you're connecting with your sexual energy. You're not suppressing it. You're fully cultivating it, experiencing it in a harmonious way that actually amplifies your happiness, amplifies your health, your energy levels, and your success. And this is going to really make you feel great. This is the sexual kung fu approach. So guys, I hope this is helpful. Again, I've been doing these things for years and I have only had amazing, awesome results practicing semen retention. I have high energy levels, high confidence, high motivation, productivity, because I'm mindful of how I'm on social media. And I don't look at porn anymore. I'm mindful of my diet. I eat healthy. I'm doing physical exercise, spending time in sun, getting nature time. I'm doing qigong every day. I'm meditating every day, and I'm practicing sexual cultivation. In my experience, this is the highest path, to avoiding the negative side effects that can happen with semen retention and NoFap, getting the highest, deepest, incredible benefits, and making this sustainable. Because let's face it, if semen retention isn't fun, if you're not enjoying it, it's not going to be sustainable for you. Eventually, you're going to give up. But doing these things makes it very enjoyable, makes it very juicy, makes it orgasmic. And that is what it's really about. Let's face it. Do you think you can sustain a lifestyle based on suppressing your sexual energy? Or do you think you can sustain a lifestyle based on redirecting your sexual energy in the most balanced way possible? So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're interested in learning how to really master the sexual kung fu approach of doing these internal exercises, cultivating sexual energy, redirecting the sex drive, and having full body orgasms without ejaculating, check out my 6-week course, Multi-Orgasmic Man. I'll put more information in the description of this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. What do you do to avoid the flatline? Have a great day, my friends.